grateful that I had the courage to do just what I did. So I'm going to ask my sister to come on the Zoom tonight and share her story. Her name is Gabrielle Chanel L out of the West Coast, California market. Hello, hello. How are you doing?
Hi, ZR. Hello, everyone. Such an honor to be here again, sharing my story and my journey over the past year. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, I'm an educator for 31 years. I've taught all grades, adult ed, and I'm a cancer survivor. I experienced a total of like 5 knee surgeries, reconstructive surgery on my knee, where I had to learn how to walk again back in my 30s. And so I struggle with extreme pain from all of the surgery marks and parts on my body where I've been operated on during that recovery time. And so especially during the winter time, it's it's almost like I literally almost I have to take medical leave and take FMLA and take off work, or I'm absent a lot of days because I'm in so much pain, usually in the wintertime, because it's so extreme on my body that it feels like my body is in labor, because like everything in my body is throbbing. And all I could do is lay in the bed, and people would call me and I'd be like, hey, I can't do nothing, I can't really drive. And I'm miserable. And so the day he called me was around that day, and it was around this time last year. It was November. And I was like, okay, he's like stem cells. And, I was listening, but I really wasn't, because I was like, I don't want anybody's stem cells, So that's all I knew about stem cells. I was familiar with it because I did have some sisters that were going through a lot of health ailments, and they've tried and use stem cells as well. So I was like, okay, send it to me. I kept the envelope for a couple of weeks myself. He called me. He was like, hey, you try? I'm like, no, I ain't tried it yet. But I was going on a cruise for the week of Thanksgiving. And I said, I'm going to take him there and see how this goes. Of course, a few days into the cruise, I'm in excruciating pain, can't really enjoy myself, can't really move around. And I was like, okay, now I'm about to put it to the test. Put the patch on, save the vacation, wore the patches the rest of the vacation, came home, called him like, hey, ZR, I'm in. These patches work. You were right, because I've tried all types of things, and I do acupuncture 2 to 3 times a week to activate and stimulate my stem cells because of the pain that I endure. So I was excited, and it got started in gold. And he was like, hey, come on, let's get started. Let's tell everybody, let's build a team, let's a business. I was like, nope. I'm like, I didn't have it in me. I was just so depleted inside, because I was literally, I'll say suicidal, because I literally was like, if this should be the end. It's no way a person should have to endure this much pain, because I've endured a lot of pain over the 20 years of in and out the hospital. So I was just like, just exhausted and tired. And I was going through a lot of emotional grief as well, because I lost my son. So it was the time of the year, actually his angel birthday is tomorrow, Emmanuel. And so I was just literally depressed. And I did notice that by wearing the patches, like I could tell my mental clarity started changing. I felt like myself again. I feel like I had lost myself, and I didn't really like have that zest for life that I used to have. And I'm a very energetic person. And, I love working with children in the community. I have a community healing garden. So he was like, come on, let's do this. I was like, no, all I want to do is focus on this garden and my son, and just be in that place. But about 5 months into me wearing the patches, I passed them out to my family members as Christmas gifts. They all became customers, and they all got on it. My mom put it on her leg. She's 92. She had a tumor in her leg for like 6, 7 years. She was not going to have any surgery. It was painful to even touch it. She would scream. And so she's like, I want to put it on my leg. She put it on her leg. Within weeks, she's like, it's gone. She was like, It's gone. She said, I don't feel the pain. It's gone. I was like, wow. She was like, I want more patches. So I was passing out the patches continuously. And then I had another mishap. Right when I was at the peak of this, I fall down my stairs, dislocate my shoulder, land on my tailbone. The most worst pain you could ever experience is in your tailbone. And I twisted my knee. So here I am, like, okay, I was like in excruciating pain. So at that point, actually, to me, at that point, I was in so much pain, even the one patch wasn't working. And I would be sitting here crying and in pain. And it's like something said to me, everything you need, you already have. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm about to start wearing several patches. So I started wearing 2 and 3 patches, and I immediately started seeing a change within me. But I'll tell you one thing, like, this patch has changed my life. It is going to change anybody that comes in contact with my life. It has changed the people in my life. And when he called me, actually, several of my customers started calling me. Is the reason why I reached out to ZR about a month ago. And he was like, hey, how you doing? I was like, yeah, they're asking me questions about the business. And I really wasn't trying to do the business. So he said, let me check it out. You know, he looked in my back office. He was like, and I stayed on auto ship. Like, I stayed on auto ship the whole time. I did know to do that because I was using the patches. I was literally running out because I'm passing out patches for a 30-day supply and then trying to use 2 or 3 on myself. Go figure. I don't know why I didn't change that, but that's where I stayed. And so in that moment, I was just like, wow, like, he said, you got 412 people up under you. I'm like, what? And you're sitting on top of 168,000 volume points. And he was like, I was like, wow. When I heard those numbers, it immediately, like, something within me was like, what are you doing? Like, I attached it to the garden, to the foundation, to help bring funds to the garden. That's why I enrolled in LifeWave, but of course, as a form of wellness and, wellness within the garden. And so I'm like, what are you doing? Like, because I didn't want it to be about the money this time. Like every other business I've been a part of, because he knew me. We've been part of several businesses together. I go recruit people, start moving and grooving and going. And it was just like, I didn't have that anymore because of so much grief and stuff I was dealing with. But once I started wearing these patches, it's like my mind changed. As I'm feeling better, I'm no longer in pain. And I was like, wait, people need to know about this. So this is a part of my ministry. And immediately I was like, all my customers switched over to business partners. So I hit manager and I'm on my way to director. And just so grateful for this company and what it's doing for people. So if you have a patch, please put it on. Don't sit on it. Share it with people because it is changing my life, because I literally thought my life was over from all that pain, and X39 has changed all of that in the past year. So thank you, ZR, for sharing that with me and sticking with me and calling me and checking on me. Even what you've been doing for the last month, he has just been phenomenal. And I'm just so grateful for a friend like this, a brother like this, because he's family to me. So thank you, ZR.
Thank you so much for that incredible testimonial. Folks, I don't know if we can literally drop the mic now and call it a day. But this young lady is flat out unbelievable. I'm so happy for her and her entire family. In fact, I had a conversation with her son last night, a 31-year-old son. And so he's getting ready to get engaged. So, when you can impact someone's life that way, it's always a wonderful, wonderful place to be. So again, thank you for taking a moment to share that incredible story, my sister. All right, folks, let's get back to this presentation. I want to talk about some money real quick. Do I have my screens up here right? Let's see why I go. Here we go. All right, let me get back over here real quick. Okay. Now, the company itself, we won't have time to really get into all the different layers of the compensation plan, but I do want to talk about the link you see on the screen. This is itinfo.com. We won't have time to get into all the pieces. I'm sure you got lots of questions, but do me a favor, do a screenshot real quick. Go to this link. This is itinfo.com. I really believe 98% of all the questions that you have, you're going to find those answers on this particular link. You got some short clips about the science, the technology itself, some case studies there. I just really believe this is a great place for you to go to really, really dig deep about information that you really need to kind of lock in your decision on what you really want to do with this. Now, listen, prior to me getting involved in LifeWave a year ago, I had never heard of LifeWave, never heard of the company. We're not a startup company. In fact, we were formed in 2004. So we're a 19-year-old company going on 20 years, right? And for the first 17 years, this company really was just kind of marketing the product in a medical community, but not really focusing on the business arena, if you will, but more or less awareness of the science and technology. And and in the first 17 years, we generate over 20 million a year. So I don't care what size company you have, if you're pulling in 20 million a year in the black, you're doing pretty doggone good. Also, we launched a presence in over 75 countries. But look what it says on the screen. We went from 20 million to 320 million in the last 3 years. What happened in the last 3 years that caused this massive growth? Number one, we shift our focus to direct sales of a platform to go to market. Number two, that patented technology I showed you guys earlier, the X39. Once those things came together, folks, everything exploded. We've got 6 to 8 months before LifeWave and X39 become a household conversation around the globe. So the timing of you looking at this is flat out perfect. There won't be a Me Too company product coming out. You can't go to Walmart or Walgreens to find this technology. You're going to be in a space where you literally can own your presence. I'm excited about that because, I understand now that my lifestyle this time next year would be so different than it is right now. My stress level has gone from a 10 down to a 2, even in the last 12 months. So I just can imagine what's going to look like over the next 6 to 12 months. So for me, it was wanting more time to do things that I really wanted to do. Okay. The revenue that I was looking for will free up some more time, but I really wanted to have more control of my future. You see, my youngest son taking over the business. I've given him 7 months to go from this month, and I can't wait to give him those keys. So what is it that's holding you back from the lifestyle that you're looking for? Is it money? Is it time? I mean, is it your health? What is it? The security? What is it? Most people that I know who are closing out careers, we can't really rely on these retirement packages like we used to. There won't be enough revenue coming through these portfolios to kind of keep us going or keep the lifestyle that we've created. We won't be able to depend on Social Security because that may dry out. In other words, things you can't control, you can't worry about that, but you can put yourself in a position to have control. And I really believe on a part-time, spare time, anytime basis, this is a perfect opportunity for us to lock in, share these patches with the world, and really put ourselves financially in a place where we don't have to worry about that for the rest of our lives. I just love the way that feels. And for me to be able to call my sister in California, not knowing what she was going through, and to share with her this technology and to see how things have changed for her already, I'm extremely excited about being able to touch lives like hers all over the globe. So how do we get paid? We get paid 4 different ways. I don't have time to get into all the different layers of how we make our money, but I want to highlight 2 of those before I close out. This is a binary compensation plan. Okay, binary means 2. There's a left side and the right side. And the best way to describe this, to make it really simple for you to really grab a hold of, is this. Do you know 4 people, maybe overworked, underpaid, or who may want to feel better? Of course, as we know people like that, right? You take 2 of those, you put them on your left, you put 2 on your right, you're now forming the binary, the ultimate goal, 20 left, 20 right. But now you are in a position to earn $25,000 per week, up to $25,000 per week. Over the course of 12 months, it's a $1.3 million increase in your budget. Let me ask you a crazy question. If you keep doing what you're doing right now, are you in a position to add another $1.3 million to your budget between now and 12 months from now? No. You see, most of us understand linear income where we're trading time for dollars. You know, I'm self-employed for 35 years. I'm everybody. You know, I'm the architect, I'm the janitor, I'm the landscape guy. You know, I'm the guy who go pick up materials. I'm the guy who cut deals. I mean, I'm the guy who do everything. So I'm really looking at a 60-hour work schedule in many cases. I don't have any days off. Okay. I just do what I do. And for 35 years, at some point, you get exhausted. Yes, I love what I do. So it's not like work, but you know, I really want to have more time for me. I love to fish, right? So by me adding some extra income to my monthly budget, it gives me the option. This is a part-time, spare time, anytime business. You figure out what's your sweet spot. But look at it like this. My parents are educators. Mom, dad, uncle, auntie, even my grandmother, born in 1898, had a degree. She was also an educator. So, you know, in my household, education was the subject. You will go to school, you will make good grades or else, right? So what if you get this 90% wrong? 90%, because, you know, you're busy. You got things going on right now. Your plate's already full. You know, yes, you need a bigger plate, but your plate is already full. You're taking care of someone, you know, your caretaker, or you're working this crazy job where they don't appreciate you, and you're giving them all this quality time and no time for yourself, but you love what you do, so you do it anyway. You know, things are happening. You don't have a lot of time. You can't find 8 hours extra a week. You just only find yourself whenever you possibly can. And you work with us part-time. We're going to show you how to do this on a part-time basis. And you get this 90% wrong, and you still locking in an extra $2,500 per week. Could you find somewhere in your budget to drop $10,000? Folks, most people get a part-time job just to get an extra $200 or $300 per week. Okay. You know, and I'm telling you something, this kind of revenue coming in on a weekly basis can literally impact your lifestyle in a massive, massive way. Okay. We can finally get to a space where we can stop telling our family what we're going to do and start doing some things. Take them on a vacation, you know, shut it all down, change your zip code. You know what I mean? That just, it gives you options. Now, folks, if you like what that does, you're going to love my next payout. Matching bonuses. Now, this is my favorite. I'm going to tell you why. I love the word unlimited. Okay. So let me explain this one real quick, and we're going to close out, because I want you to really understand the power in this. And I love to go to my board to find guests that I can use in my example. So I'm going to talk about, so let's say Annette Woods. Annette Woods is on this Zoom tonight. She's looking at this incredible technology. She hit this crazy man from Texas talking about how she can get her time back and do what she want to do. And Annette says, you know what? This makes some sense to me too. I've got some issues, you know, some things I want to work on. I got a sore hand, a sore knee. Yeah, I can see how this could be of value to me. And I got friends who I know who also may enjoy having some relief. And I could certainly use some extra income, right? So Annette Woods, take a look at this business and says, you know what? I'm ready to go, right? And the very first person she calls is Anthony Voss. Anthony Voss is one of her old neighbors. They stayed in touch. They had children together. They're on the same block, who grew up together, and they just became good friends. Her husband and Anthony are real tight. And so she calls Anthony and say, listen, what do you know about the stem cell technology industry? And Anthony goes, not a whole lot. Well, listen, turns out every organ in your body got stem cells, right? When you're in your 20s, they all work. When you hit 30, half of them don't. And when you get old, then they begin to shut down. I just been introduced to a company that's an all-natural patch that can elevate those peptides, which wake up those stem cells. And I want to share that with you. So she does. She shared him with him the technology. She give him a few patches. He loved what's going on. Then she put him on a Zoom like this. He go, you know what? We can do this. I see something here. Yeah, I want to join. Let's make it happen. So Anthony takes off running. 5-6 months from now, Anthony doing 5,000 a week. Oh, he's happy. But guess who else is happy? Annette is getting paid 25% of Anthony's weekly check. So he's bringing in 5,000. She get a check for 1,250. Who figured, right? And then Anthony then contacts my friend Gabby, who you heard from a minute ago, up on the West Coast, right? They got that long-term relationship. Anthony calls Gabby on the West Coast, and she said, you know what, Anthony, I have been waiting for something like this. I've been having all this pain, and I need some relief. She gets involved. She's feeling better, and now her energy level's back. And she started sharing. Guess what? She started running. She found herself 4 or 5 months from now doing 5,000 a week. And guess who else is getting paid? You remember Annette? Annette don't even know Gabby. Annette only introduced Anthony. But because Gabby is making it happen, Annette is getting paid 20% on her weekly check every single week. Are you beginning to get this? And then Gabby contacts me. I live in Hawaii, right? I love the weather. I've been there for 10 years and I ain't gonna leave. I just love Hawaii weather. I'm having a great time. I got my own business out there. I'm not making a lot of money, but I'm enjoying my elements, right? You know what I mean? I do a lot of deep sea fishing. I'm having a good time. I'm really happy. But guess what? The cost of living in Hawaii is very high, right? And so Gabby calls me. And because of our seasoned relationship, I listen to what she had to say. I got some product. I get on the Zoom. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I see what you see. Let's go. And so I take off running. I'm doing $5,000 a week rather, in 4 or 5 months from now. I'm very happy. But Annette doesn't know me either. And she also is getting paid 20% on my weekly income every single week. Do y'all get that? Now, what if Annette shared this with 5 other people, like she did with Anthony, who did exactly what I just described? What if it was 25 people that she shared this with? What if over the next 18 months, she shared it with over 100 people, but only 50 of them said, let's go to work? Do you see how this kind of income can literally blow up? Gabby told you earlier, she wasn't working the business. She was just only enjoying the benefits of the technology. And here she is a year later, we're talking about what's going on. She's got some people with some questions. She gives me a call. We start handling all that. And we're going back on, and we find 412 people in the organization. Today it's up to 480. You follow? That was only a month ago. So it's growing because of what? Exponential growth. Do you understand the power in that? If you can capture that, folks, listen, it is flat out unbelievable the kind of income folks are making in a short period of time on a part-time, spare time, anytime basis. So Z, listen, just tell me how to get started. I'm ready to go. It's making sense to me. I'm ready to go. On the screen right now, you see an enrollment form, right? This is the form that you need to enroll to get you a position with our company. We can email it to you. We can text it to you. The person who puts you on the Zoom, let them know what you need. We'll get it over to you tonight. But look, let's explain this, how it all works. If you've been on this Zoom for the last 30 minutes and all you heard was there's an opportunity to feel better and you just want some patches, you're not interested in the business, no harm, no foul. Look, what you want to do is enroll at the silver position. I'm going to tell you why. You see, if you go to their website to buy a sleeve, this is a sleeve. This is how it looks. There are 30 patches in this sleeve. It retails for $149.95, right? You get 1 month's supply. The silver position is you get 3 sleeves for $300. So which sounds better to you? 1 sleeve for $149.95 or 3 sleeves for $300? Clearly, the silver position is what you really want to consider. You get 90 days supply of inventory to get fully acclimated. If you're married, 1 sleeve for you, 1 for the spouse, and of course the other one you can chop up or you can share. But the bottom line is you get a better price point with the silver position. But if you're on this Zoom and you heard what Gabby heard, you heard what I heard, and you really want to capitalize on this incredible opportunity, I'm going to give you a small clue of what you need to do. make a decision and get started right now. You see, our peak season for our industry is the first quarter of the new year. Everyone goes to the new year with change on their mind. And so we can take this next 10 days or so that we got left, how many days we got left, and put you on the map. You can close out your first earned position before the end of the month. Get started right now at the diamond position. Why diamond? Because you're going to have more inventory to build your business. You see, I tell the story all the time. If you are in business, you are in business to stay in business and to be profitable, right? You cannot be in a business and not have any inventory. That diamond position gives you 19 sleeves where you can literally saturate your entire warm market. I never forget, a year ago, I saw it. I got started at the gold position. I'm going to tell you my quick story and then I'm done. I got started at gold. And within 30 minutes, I had 65 names written down. And I was having this brain fog. I'm telling myself, something's not feeling right about this decision. And I said, oh, I know what it is. How can I give everyone on this list patches when I'm only going to have 5.5 sleeves? That's not going to work. So I immediately upgraded to the diamond position. Why? Because I got those 19 sleeves. Number two, you have 3 free months of monthly subscription. Okay. And then on top of that, you're in a position now to earn more money when you're introducing another diamond. Now, I can't get in all that right now. It's not important. But bottom line is, that's where you want to start. Make it happen. Figure it all out. I know it's not in the budget. Make it in the budget because you have a chance to be in a position to be earning $25,000 a week once you turn your switch on. All right. Now, look, here is a one last slide I want to show you about the monthly subscription, the value of this. Gabby told you earlier, she got started a year ago, did not want to build a business, but the one thing that she did do, she kept her site active. How? She bought 1 sleeve per month for the whole time that she was, getting acclimated and beginning to feel better. And that's how she's able to keep those points, that volume points. And that's how she's able to take advantage of those 412 people in her organization because she understood the value of the monthly subscription. And some of you are saying, well, but look, man, I'm looking to make some money. I'm not trying to get another bill. I got too many bills right now. Let me help you with that. My mother, who's now 93 years old, she'd be 94 in May. Bless her heart. I just love my mom. I remember back years ago, 30 plus years ago, when the first wind came out about the super information highway. Y'all call it the internet today. And a lot of you guys have never heard that term. You're too young. But I never forget, my wife and I would sit down with her to explain to her the value of being connected on the super information highway, how she would have access to all this incredible information, pay bills online, and just communicate with people that she know everywhere. And she said, baby, that sounds really exciting. And I would just love to be a part of that. So how much does it cost to get that service? We told her. You said, now, you said something about a monthly subscription? I said, yep. This is how much you say. Well, look, now I have no problem buying it, but I can't pay that monthly subscription. Well, we started laughing. And she said, why y'all laughing so hard? Because you're all going to have it for 1 month. You see, you already currently paying monthly subscriptions right now. Don't pay your light bill and see what happens. Don't pay your water bill and see what happens. Don't pay your rent or your mortgage. As a matter of fact, don't pay your cell phone bill. You see, what we're saying to you is this. When you get started, all you got to do is maintain 1 sleep per month to keep it active. Once you hit one of those earned positions, manager and above, then it goes to 2. I'm on a 5-month monthly subscription, and I still order another 5 or 10, 5 or 8 after that. Because why? I cannot afford to be without inventory. Every morning I leave my house, I'm always giving away inventory to everyone I meet. Don't care who they are, where I meet them. I got a crazy story I want to share, but it's a little bit on the edge of being gross, so I won't do that. But my point to you is this. You want to make a decision this evening to go ahead and get started. I'm telling you, we grew by 30% in the last 60 days without many of you guys involved in the business. This company is going to be closing out this year at $500 million in revenue, right? This is a $30 billion industry. And we haven't even hit 1/2 of $1 billion thus far. But Things are beginning to change. The word is getting out. And we just feel that 6 to 8 months from now, LifeWave and this X39 patch will become a household word in the next several months. So you want to get in a position now to override those markets. There are several places all over the country where there's nothing happening, nothing at all. And so you got a chance to really tap into those reserves and capitalize and own large market share. You know, I want to close by giving you guys some information. I love listening to motivational speakers and reading self-help improvement books and everything. And I remember a few weeks back, I saw something that really caught my attention, and I want to share with you guys before I close. It says, small minds discuss other people. They just gossip. Good minds discuss events. Great minds discuss ideas. That's by Eleanor Roosevelt. You see, we're now in a space in the social season where families and friends are going to be gathering and getting together to celebrate the birth of Christ. And whether you're a Christian or not does not matter. You know, my point is, you're going to be getting with family members and friends all over the country just to kind of close out. This is a perfect opportunity for you to share this incredible technology with those loved ones and your closest friends. Everyone won't see this. Everyone won't want to move on it, and that's okay. But there are a few people that you know who know other people. Folks, I was on a phone call last week. How the story goes. We did a private Zoom for a gentleman out of, on the West Coast, out of Oakland. He had his best friend on the Zoom with us because he wanted to share the information with his best friend. We finished the private Zoom, and the friend says, I got one question. We said, what's your question? How soon can I get started? And we said, tonight. He said, listen, send me an enrollment form, but I need you to call my sister right now and drop my name and tell her I told you to give her a call. I called the young lady the following day. We spoke on the phone, and it was like I'd known her for 30 years. It was a real cordial conversation. But while we were talking, her phone rang, and she picked up. And she asked her girlfriend about somebody, and that person said to her, oh yeah, he's been out of town because he was casted for the color purple. And I said to myself, wow. So after they hung up the call, she came back to my call. I said, so you know someone who is one of the cast members of Color Purple? She said, yeah, that's my so-and-so, so-and-so. I said, isn't that amazing? I said, now I don't know Oprah Winfrey, but I haven't met you, but now I know you. And now I am 2 people away from being introduced to Oprah Winfrey. You see, my point telling that story is this. You don't know who you will share this business with that will share with someone else that come into your circle and literally put your entire family on the map. You just don't know. And this patch, as powerful as it is, it can't move itself. You have to be able to give it away and share that with everybody you know. My godfather is Wally Amos, famous Amos Cookies. Y'all know who that is, right? You know how he got started? On Venice Beach, giving away small samples of his cookies, walking around the beach with a cookie sheet, giving away samples. He knew the more samples he gave away, they're going to come back to his store to buy cookies. This patch has the same kind of power. The more you give away to people that you meet and people that you know, this is going to come back to you. I got a call tonight from a young lady who is the daughter-in-law of one of my business partners who is from Greece. And her girlfriend was at her house and they were talking about the patch. And the girlfriend had some questions and they wanted to call me to get this question. I'd never seen Greece. You follow my point? But I know someone who knows someone who knows someone. And that's the power of this incredible opportunity. Don't let your current lifestyle get in the way. Don't let your schedule get in the way. Don't let your family and your friends get in the way. If this makes sense to you, get started. Get your position. Get that enrollment done tonight. Folks, we're going to be doing another Zoom like this tomorrow evening at, I think it's going to be at 8 o'clock. No, we got 2 Zooms. Tomorrow's Wednesday, right? We got one at 7 o'clock, Central, 8 o'clock Eastern, and we're doing another Zoom at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Different ID, so get with the person to put you on the Zoom. They'll give you all the information. May God bless all of you guys. Thank you all for your time. Happy holidays to all, and let's make this happen now. This is it. Have a good night. Take care of yourself. May God bless.